Hello, lovies. Lovers, that is, fellow lovers of tarot, oracles, and whatnot. Lenormand. This is Chloe, and we are doing Ethany's 31 Days of Tarot. This is day 23. As I mentioned before, I tried doing 22 and 23, and it was just getting too long, and I'm a little tired. So I will just try to get this as quickly as I can without it getting too long, hopefully. I have a few different styles. I tend to like to get bags, but as everybody knows, there's some really awesome boxes out there now, so there are some that I just leave in the boxes, and I don't even bother to get a bag for. But I do have a few that I have gotten bags for. And the 23rd day is covering your favorite tarot deck, storage boxes, bags, and the cloths, okay? So in my Oracle of the Mermaids, I do tend to keep it in its box, but I also have a cloth that blends in with the colors perfectly of this box set and the colors of the bag. I trimmed my mermaid and I am loving it. Trimmed. I saw a couple videos of our fellow 31 Days in Tarot vlogging friends, and I loved the look of this deck trim. So trimmed it, and now you could see very well, even though this has one of the card pictures from the Pagan Tarot, which I actually have that deck, but I haven't looked at it for a little while. The colors in it match so well with the backs of the cards of this Oracle of the Mermaids. It matches very well with the tones in the deck. So like the front of it matches colors here fairly well. The inside tones match also almost perfectly with this card, right? So yeah, this is a Llewellyn bag, I believe. It's that silk with the prints, and I am maybe even the Scarborough. I'm loving these. So when I'm doing events and whatever, and I don't want to take the boxes because they're adding bulk and weight, I have a few decks that I have bags for. And when they're at home, I just tend to store them all together with whether they're in their bag or not, in their box. And they fit great. Another one, style of bag that I have, again, one I'll probably keep in its box most of the time is the fairy tale, but right when I got it, I noticed this lovely pinkish purple raspberry tone in the backs, and some of the pictures and borders match this silky, lovely drawstring bag. And so I got these because I felt there was enough going on that they would mesh well. And like I said, some of the borders, this jewel tone, I felt just would all work together so lovely, don't you think? So yeah, doesn't completely match, but I feel like there's enough there going on. There is one or two that do. I think this one's pretty close. A couple others. So this is so thin that it just slides right in there. There we go. It slides right in with this, not adding much bulk or weight. So I can keep them when I'm at home, I just leave them in their box. When I know I'm going to be carrying a few different decks, I will put them in the bags and take them that way. Tarot Totes has cotton cloth ones and some velveteen mixed ones and some specialized embroidery bags, embroidered design on the front or whatever. But this was a couple that I got to mix with. In this case, I love the cats on it, and I don't have the cat right away, but I mixed it with my Endora deck. The tones of that's here I feel is close enough, especially when you see the cat card that's in here, that I just felt it just worked. And there's some other color tones in a few of the other cards that match the cord, and I just felt it would work. Again, this is from Tarot Totes, and they're still active. Very updated site. One of the other bags, if this is a cotton tie-dye blend that has similar tones that run through the deck, is blending in here on a few different cards. Oh, sorry, those are very pinky, but there's a couple other ones. I just felt that this meshed really well. And this is the Wild Wisdom of the Fairies Oracle in this one. And I have a couple other decks with a few of Tote Bags. They have actually a few different varieties, like I mentioned, the Velveteens and some embroidered ones. So I do have some Velveteens, either just the single Velveteen or the kind with the two-tone. This one's matched, as you've seen before, with my Mystical Cats. I felt like that meshed real well, especially the inside with some of the earthy tones, the sand colors. I do have a few that I got like at Pagan Pride. This at one of the Pagan Prides, I found this like lace / cotton with a few added tones. This was originally with like an enchanted oracle, or sorry, an Art Nouveau oracle I had that was actually a Sabella, but it was a very small deck and I felt like this was too big and I needed another deck. So now I have my Shadowscapes in it for now until I either get a different bag for it or something. I would like to take out this cord and put something else in, but you know, it's working for now. And let's see. All right, I have a few in these wraps that were custom made. And some were custom made and some were sold at my friend's store, Elemental Inspirations. And what it is it is a bag for the deck, but it's done in like silks on the inside. Some of them have cotton. And this one closes with D-rings. But some of them have buttons or even buckle snaps in different ones. And I like these because you get a bit of a spread cloth. You can fit about 3 across, and sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 layers down for a 9 card spread, or 6 card, or whatever, or just the 3 cards, depending on what I want to do. And I like them. Let's see. I had a custom one done, but this one, it's just like that one, except it doesn't have the D-ring. It just has a button close. It works pretty well. And it has that silk in the inside, so I can put about 3 cards out if I include the top part of the pocket space. And again, I'll do like maybe a few layers if I want to do a bigger spread. So this is really great for on the go. It was originally created for my Druid Animal, or sorry, my Druid Animal Oracle is in here, but it was originally created for my Dragon Fae Oracle, and that one came with one of those nice boxes that we're talking about, the Sturdy Blue Angel boxes, and my Druid Animal Oracle came with something else. It came in a kit, so I decided to use that. Excuse me. I decided to use this wrap for my Druid Animal Oracle because it's a nice travel kit one. It works very well. And okay, moving on to cloths. Now at first I avoided using this cloth for a long time because it was synthetic material. But it has dragons in the corners and the center is just that plain. It's just perfect for so many different decks, so many different things. Of course the Druid Animal Oracle looks wonderful on it. It's a navy blue with silver border, and then dragons on each corner. And I do try to remember, like, I'm usually not much into directions, but I feel very called to using the dragons in this towards the 4 winds. The Celts didn't really think of elements per se, and it kind of bothers me that the guy who's chief order of the bards of the OBOD set this up with an elemental system, but there are quite a few druids who do the ceremonial magic with the element system, so whatever. But I just like the dragons, and to me it's more like north, south, east, west winds. And the fact that there isn't like card spread in the middle or anything like that, I really like. And I find this lends to working with not just my Druid Animal Oracle, but any other deck that I want to have on the go. So I have a nice clean space to spread out cards, and it bundles really well. Doesn't really wrinkle. It's nice. It turned out to be a lot nicer than I initially thought. Okay, so after this one, I have a few Velveteens, and this one's like a burgundy, but it looks a little bit more brown. But it is a burgundy. It's lovely. Velveteens are, of course, lush, but it is synthetic, so I don't necessarily like it all the time. I like it as a bottom layer, and then I like to put something else on top of it. My other Velveteen is this lavender. I have a couple of these. One was supposed to be an altar cloth, and one's a reading cloth. So with this one, I either use it by itself, or I got, last year I received, or not this Christmas or Yule, but the Yule before, I received this utterly gorgeous material. And when I put this with the lavender, and I do kind of an angle, this looks so good on my booth table and even my reading table. Again, sometimes I use the lavender by itself, but lately I've been really loving the tones because it has about 2 tones in blues, a purple, more like a berry color, purple berry or fuchsia, and then this burgundy that's absolutely gorgeous. It matches so many of my decks. I was just shocked how well it worked with the variety of decks that I tend to love. And together it is gorgeous. I had so many people commenting on this combination when I used it for my booth events during the summer and on the ends of summer, yeah. So that was lovely. And then, okay, so I have a couple gifts, did ones that were shimmery and a bit see-through. And so for themed events, I'll use these. Or dark atmosphere one, yeah, I probably use this. But the last time I did any events, I tended to use this one after I saw how well it blended with the colors of most of my decks. Now, one I used for pictures, aside from the Druid Animal Orc, I was using that a little bit, or sorry, my Druid cloth, is this one. I use this, I've had this longer than the butterfly one, purple butterflies. And it has an earthy tone in it, and it spreads well over my booth table when I want some hanging over cloth. But what I really like are my rayons, and I have a green man cloth. And then I also have another one in more of a bright green with yellow tone mix tie-dye with Celtic Triskel and some Celtic knotwork around the border. So yeah, those are pretty much all my cloths, my reading cloths. I like adding layers and texture. Like I said, when I did the lavender with the butterfly one, so many people were just loving that look, and I do too, as well. But I like to also have themes going on. So yeah, those are the type of things I use. Oh, and last but not least, and I almost forgot them, is for storage, I also use these tins. These are, I would use them for a small size tarot as well, but what fits in here is my Under the Rose Lenormand. This one's a little tighter, but still fits in well. And it has a peace sign on it. And then the other one has a butterfly and has a black and silver tone of steel. And my Enchanted Lenormand is in this one. It's a little looser than the Under the Roses one. Whoops! Ooh, they went all over. But most of the time, it's safe in there. So yeah, I easily can fall out, so I have to be careful. But overall, this is still a good fit. I might get a cloth or something thin to keep that a little bit more secure in there. So yeah, so tins, cloth bags, the original box if they're the big sturdy boxes. Yeah, I tend to like the cloth bags, and I don't really buy too many Velveteens, but I do like the silk and satin as long as it's soft. I don't really like the stiff fabrics. I like them soft. And then all the cloths I showed you. So I hope you liked the vivid colors. I am very much a color person. I don't mind a good black gothic-y look either, but those, I tend to be a color girl, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed them, and I really enjoyed chatting, and just want to say peace out and continue on to the next. Bye-bye.